I'm Camelia. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're coming back, thanks for coming back. If you don't know me, I am an ex-nurse turned full-time travel blogger. Recently, in the past month or two, in July, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I am having to take some time off from travel, and I'm having to do my treatments and get better. I really wanted to turn this negative into a positive in the best way that I know how, and the best way that I know how right now is to share videos, share what I've learned, share my story, and also that'll hopefully it's going to help other people to bring awareness, to check their bodies, to be familiar, and also I want to share on how to cope with things, with things that I've learned. So if I can help someone else through their own journey and their own fight, then I'll be happy with that. So thanks for joining. Today I wanted to talk about, being diagnosed with cancer and how to cope with the anxiety that kind of comes with that, obviously. First of all, I'll tell you a little bit about my story and how I got diagnosed, and a little bit of a backstory so you can understand. I know that everyone's story is completely different. This is mine. This is how I'm coping. I'm not someone trying to give medical advice, or I'm not a counselor or a therapist. I'm just a girl who is going through this myself and who just wants to help other people cope. And if it helps you, great. If you hate what I say, no worries. This is literally just me putting something out there, trying to help, and coming from a good place and just a place of love and support. So anything that I say that you love, take it and use it. If you don't, throw it out. Okay, this is your journey. This is mine, and I'm sharing mine, and so hopefully it helps you. Back in May, I found a lump in my left breast, and I don't even think, I was not even looking and doing my self-exam. I should have been. Definitely. I was not, though, and I was laying down. I was in my bed. Everything kind of shifts up, when you lay down, and I happened to be, I think, fixing a strap or something in that area, and I just kind of happened to find it by accident. After, going through all the testing and everything, I got the call on July 12th from the doctor, and she said, it was positive for cancer, and so, automatically it's just this weight that's just pressed on you. So whether you're diagnosed with cancer or any other kind of chronic illness or any other something shocking, right? Anything, this can apply to anything, any kind of shocking news, that you're getting. And it's just, oh my God, this wave of emotions just comes over you, and you can't breathe, and you're just like, what happens now? And there's just so much uncertainty that just takes over you, and so many questions that you just don't have the answers for, and they don't either yet. There's so many tests that needs to be run. There's like the stages that you go through emotionally, and you have to go through telling people or not telling people, and it's just this big, huge emotional roller coaster. I, of course, then told a couple of people that were close to me, and I was very just calm. And then when you're going through and you're telling people, I wouldn't tell too many people at first. That's how I did it, and I'll tell you why, because it's very taxing on you, and just to protect yourself for now. And this is my way. Again, everyone's different. For me, the day I found out, I didn't know what stage I was in, and she didn't either, the doctor. And so it was very hard to know like where I was. I didn't know if I was stage 4 or stage 1 or whatever. So the less information you have, it's actually very hard to tell people, because they're going to have 5,000 questions, and you're going through your own thing. So just give your own respect to yourself, to like allow yourself to process all this heavy stuff that just got thrown on you before you tell too many people. I would tell 5 to 10 people just to start, because you honestly feel like you need to tell someone, but like don't tell too many, because then it's 10 more rounds of questions coming from every which way, and then it can get really, really overwhelming really fast. So telling a few people so that they can support you, but not telling too many people that you're just overwhelmed. So whatever that is for you. For me, I probably told 5 to 10 people and just kind of kept it, and that was even a lot to keep everyone updated for me. So I think that was probably a good decision that I made. And then there's not telling people, that can also feel a little bit like overwhelming, that you're hiding this secret. I am, an online, travel blogger, influencer, live my whole entire life on Instagram. And so for me, telling people was like telling the world, and so I wasn't quite ready to do that in the beginning. And that's okay. That was my path. But by the time that I did come around to telling people, I felt so secure and ready in myself, because I went through all of the emotions kind of privately and with my like 10 close people. Every time you tell a new person, not only are you going through that diagnosis again, but like they are going through their own emotions. And these people care about you, like your family and your friends, or just even acquaintances. Everyone is going to be, they're going to be taken aback, and they're going to be like hurting, and they're going to have their own emotions towards it. And so I just want you to be ready to take on all that emotion. And so how I handled it was, telling a few people, and then I just ripped the Band-Aid off one day when I was really ready. It was about a month and a half after, and I kind of posted it everywhere on social media all in one day. And I just spent a day laying in bed and just like responding to everybody and just getting it out of the way. So I kind of just ripped the Band-Aid off, and that worked for me. I'm taking this one day at a time. That's another thing you just really have to do. It's like you really can't make too many plans, even though you're going to want to, and you're going to want to figure everything out, but you just kind of have to take it as it comes, and just really just, honor the process and just let it unfold organically. I know it's so hard. Trust me, I know. The emotional roller coaster is hard enough without having to go through it with this big bunch of people in the beginning. I felt okay to talk about it after about a month. The first week that I found out, I was kind of in shock and just, really kind of dealing with all the emotions. I don't even know it's like a blur, the first week. The second week was having a lot of circular thinking, where my thoughts would just go almost to the same things over and over and over and over, and you just couldn't stop your brain. And I would sit there and read and Google, and I was kind of Googling the same things, and at some point you just keep Googling the same things, and it's just not helpful anymore, and it's very hard to sleep. Kind of Google and search enough to kind of get it out of your system, but then just say, okay, it's time to sleep. And I know that's hard to do. Cry when you need to cry, let it out. I mean, there's times that I had fallen to my knees and just sobbed onto my bed and just be like, what do you want me to do? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? The stages of, grief, I guess. It's like denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. And everyone kind of goes through those differently, kind of all at once, and you can go back through things that were not those things too, like the shock and the anxiety and, the uncertainty. Those are just emotions that you're going to have too. Like, now what happens to my life? What happens to my job? What happens to, my relationships? What's going to happen to my body? Am I going to lose my hair? There's so many things going through your head at once, and it's so much to take on in the midst of just all the doctor's appointments. And so that's why you just really need to take care of yourself and nurture your body, really eat well, try to exercise, meditate, nourish your body, educate yourself, go for walks, get in the sunshine, read some books. I have a book that I read, which is Crazy Sexy Cancer Tips by Chris Carr. This book was really good. I will link that also. I think this book was really good for me because I was just searching for something to just go by, like, how do I navigate this, and that's another reason I wanted to make these videos. How to navigate this, is I was looking for those answers, and her book was great. It definitely helped me a lot to come through. And yeah, I just wanted to say, like, these are the things that have helped me. So reading some books, I also ordered this one. I haven't started reading it yet, but I ordered this one. I like how she calls it Cancer Schmancer because, it's like, she's kind of just like, it's positive, so I think, surrounding yourself with positivity and people that are positive and supporting you and loving you, educating yourself, keeping an open mind on everything. Some days you're okay, and some days you're just gonna have those down days. It is an emotional roller coaster, and all of this also depends on like what stage you're in. Like, I had no idea what stage I was in for the first 3 weeks, and so I was having a cough and I was convinced, I could be stage 4. Like, I don't know, maybe it spread to my lungs. And I think I was probably just run down from all the stress. But, try not to read too much into those things, because it could be, stage 4, or it could be not. So really just try to, like, again, nourish your body, try to stay calm, exercise helps. If you just really have to be kind with yourself during this time and just really allow yourself to go through these emotions, feel them, let them out, talk to someone, get a therapist. I know that the cancer center that I go to, they have a free counselor, which is amazing. I'm taking advantage of that myself. I definitely recommend doing that, finding someone you can talk to. So just allow yourself to feel everything and try not to get too down and stay too down. Like, kind of give yourself the time to do it. But like, I think Chris, says in this book, she says like the 3-day rule, which I liked, was good. So, cause I have kind of, you kind of can get down and you can go down, 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 but you can't let yourself get down for more than like 3 days, or then you're just going down the rabbit hole, right? So try to like give yourself an allow, and then really try to come out of it and just be like, okay, and look around. Like, if you're feeling okay, which I'm feeling fine right now. I'm a little tired right now because of all the doctor's appointments, and I've had some surgeries and stuff like that. But if you're feeling okay, go and live your life. Like, in the beginning, you still feel fine because there's, nothing, you're not getting the chemo yet, and you're not like whatever. So most people still feel fine, like I do for me anyways. Maybe not everybody, I shouldn't say that, but for now, I still felt fine. So I was out kind of living my life. Like, a perfect example is that I found out that I was diagnosed on July 12th, and I actually had a trip to Europe planned for work for my travel blog the next week. And it was like, I was leaving on the 18th for 10 days. And the first thing I wanted to do was cancel the trip and, freak out and all that stuff. And I talked to my doctor and my nurse, and I was like, am I able to go on this trip? Like, should I cancel? What should I do? And, they were like, 10 days isn't gonna make or break anything. And so you can go. It's gonna take us that long to get your authorizations done, get all your appointments set up for, new patient and things like that. It's a big deal to, get all of this started. So it was gonna take time anyway. So she was kind of like, go enjoy your trip, fill up your tank, because you are facing a lot when you get back. And so I was like, okay. And so it was very, very hard to do that. But I went ahead and went, because I was like, the first thing you want to do when you get some bad news is run away and travel and, go escape for a little bit. And so I was perfectly set up to do that. So why not take advantage? Everything was already booked and everything anyway. So I thought it was just best for me to go and try to like enjoy my life, while I still feel really good. So that's what I did. I flew, to Europe, and I was meeting my fiance there. And he was in Israel visiting family. He was actually not here when I got diagnosed. That was really hard. So I was by myself a lot, but you get through it. It was not the plan, obviously. Things happen. So I went on this trip to Europe, and I just did every single thing I could possibly do. Like, I was literally bucket listing it up. Like, I was paragliding over the Mont Blanc in France, over, Switzerland. And I was doing like the total tourist Segway tours, like all over there. And so it was just like, I'll have cancer next week. I was kind of like, cancer who? Not today. So I think, that really, as much as, and then I would probably go home and cry at the end of the night, right? So it was like really hard, because it was only like the second week after I got diagnosed. But having those moments of joy and happiness and just feeling good, and you just need those. You have to fill your tank with happiness and joy and the things that you love and the things that are going to make you smile. And you just have to remember that during this journey. And I know it is so hard. But yeah, I just wanted to, just kind of talk about this a bit. Those are some of the things that have helped me. And, if you're not taking a trip, that's okay. Go walk on the beach. Go take a nice walk in the park. Go lay under a tree and read a book. Like, read, this book or one of these books, or just go get out in nature. It is so healing. And watch a sunset, whatever you can do, right? Whatever that makes you happy, that is not, toxic, or it is not, self-defeating. Like, don't go out and get drunk. That's the last thing you need to do for your body right now. Like, do healthy things that make you feel good. Snuggle your family, give them big hugs, let them love you and support you, accept, love and help during this time. So So that's a little bit about like, what has helped me. Like I said, doing, trying to do meditation, and it's very hard to do because your mind's going to be all over the place. But even sitting for 5 minutes and setting an alarm, and just setting it for like even 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and just closing your eyes and just breathing. Like, keep it simple. You don't even have to like make it crazy. Or you can have like a mantra, like, I am healed, I am whole. And just, telling your body, I am healed, I am whole, and just closing your eyes and things like that. Like, every single thing right now that you're putting into your mind and your thoughts is going into your data. It's going into your body and your brain, and you can really set yourself up for positive and healing, and just your body is going to react to your thoughts. Your brain is in control of a lot of things in your body, and I think just really trying to feed your brain cells the right data that you are healthy, you are whole, and you're going to get through this. And again, like I said, no matter what stage you are, I think positive thinking is always good. I'm not here to say like, oh, it's going to cure everything, but I do think that if you are laughing and happy and trying to be in a joyful state as much as you can, and watching comedy shows and funny movies, and being silly, and I think that it's going to help you get through it a lot better. So yeah, those are a few tips that I have. I know that was kind of a long video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps you. If this helped you in any way, please leave a comment. If there's anything that I can touch on, I have a lot of ideas in mind that I'm going to be sharing coming up. Like I said, talking about mammograms, talking about self-exams, which I should have been doing, and then also just like talking about hair, like losing your hair and things like that. My hair was down to my waist about 2 weeks ago, and so I've just cut it, and I'm transitioning into that. So there's lots of things I'm going to be talking about. If there's something that I can maybe help you with in your own journey, please leave a comment and let me know. Otherwise, I will be talking about, I think my next video is going to be about the fertility and egg retrieval that I had to do before the chemo. So, and there's also tips I have about like all the things you need to do before chemo. There's like a million things. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. Would love to, keep helping you on your journey. Throw it a like, whatever, throw me a comment. Would love to hear from you. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video.